This is Citizen Digital. My name is Kabuga and I'm chilling today with an amazing young man. He's 20 years old. His name is Shawn Dalmas. I'm sure you've seen him online on TikTok, on Instagram, doing his amazing thing. He's a content creator, he's an influencer, he's the CEO of Dalmas Creations, the president of DMA, Digital Media Awards, and also a Rotarian. At only 20 years old, I mean, he's doing amazing things. And he's just landed from Ghana, doing great things all over Africa, all over Kenya as well. And he has a new collaboration with Rotary Services, which he will talk about right now. So today, who is Dalmas? Let's get to dive right into the mind, the brain, the creativity of this amazing gentleman. Welcome to the show. How are you, brother?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Looking good and all, eh?
Thank
so
you.
Who has dressed you? Let's talk about your dressing first and foremost.
So today I'm wearing...
Who dresses you? Do you have a particular... Are you a thrifter? Let's talk about that. No,
good question. Yeah. So today I am wearing head to Oscar Kampala, a very good friend of mine who owns a very amazing suit collection in Kampala. He was recently in Kenya to launch his 7,000 men campaign, and I was part of the team, and this is what I'm wearing. Most of the time you'll find me dressed by Logical City. He's a bespoke suit guy here in Nairobi. I barely thrift. Okay, that's a lie. I don't thrift.
Okay.
Let me be honest, I don't thrift. I'm a suit guy. I love suits. I feel like it presents me in the manner that I like, and it portrays my personality as it is.
You come off as someone who is much more maturer than your age. You're only 20.
Yeah.
How does this work out? Are you an old soul? How do you come off
Good
like
question.
that? For someone who is so young and you just bring this mature vibe.
I think my maturity comes from the fact that I grew up too fast. One thing that, we are always told, experience is the best teacher. So in growing up, very many things that happened in my life, in my family's life, forced me to mature up faster, forced me to grow up faster, forced me to take up responsibilities faster. And that led me to learn very many things about life and very many aspects about life and maturity. And I'd say that's why at 20, you might think I'm 25 or 30.
Oh, yeah, 30
it's
actually.
because I learned from a young age that life isn't black and white. Life has a lot of ups and downs, has a lot to go with it. So it forced me to mature up faster, and I'm proud of it actually, because I'm more focused and I'm more career and goal oriented at a young age, and I'm striving for what I know I want.
More than many young people your age actually. And I've read about you from various publications, and you've spoken about your upbringing, you've spoken about your mother, single mother, raising you in a family where there was no dad. How did that impact your life as a young man, and how does that impact you right now, growing up without a father around you?
I've said this before actually. I had an interview with a different newspaper recently, and I told them growing up without my dad was more of ammunition for me to strive better and to want better, because it never felt like I was at a disadvantage. My mom played the role of my mom and my dad perfectly well, and growing up until now. So I never felt like there was a void that needed filling. For me, growing up without a dad was ammunition to be better, because we grew up in a society where single parents are quote unquote shunned upon, especially single mothers. So I always knew that I needed to work 2 times harder, be there and strive for a better future, so that no one can come and say it's because I nilelewa na single mother. You know that quote?
That is why he turned out like
that's
this.
how he turned out like this.
Yes.
Exactly. So I was trying as much as possible to avoid that.
But did you have maybe a father figure, maybe an uncle, a guka, maybe some male figure in your life while you're growing up, or you never had one at all?
Barely, I'd say. But my mom remarried at some point. So he did serve as a father figure for the point that they were married. But I'd say most of the time, my mom and I have been very close.
You still are?
Yes, she's my best friend. So anything that I needed, she always provided, both physically, emotionally, mentally. But then growing up now, I'd say I did go out to find a mentor who was a male for me to grow and nurture myself with. And we've been growing through the journey, even my career-wise and personally, for the last 1 year. And I'm proud of it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You sound like an only child, are you?
No, I'm not an only child.
Okay,
I
tell us
have a
about
younger
that.
sister. She's 13.
Okay.
She's very, very lovely. She's very joyful.
She's not a rebel like you because you were a rebel when you grew up. You've said that before.
yes.
When you were a teenager, ulikuwa kichwa
Yes.
ngumu wazi. You don't even look like a rebel right now. You look like such a good boy. I don't know. What was wrong with
No,
you?
no. When I was in high school,
Yeah.
I was a rebel. I was very rebellious. And I guess that was, I'd say, was the small part of my life that I'd say maybe a father should have played.
Yes,
But my mom still played that part well. I was a rebel. I nearly kata shule at some point.
Yes, for 2 years, right?
Yes, for 2 years. I was like, no, siendi shule, ni
Yeah.
nini. But I think that's what has impacted me now, because this is something I usually say. People my age currently are out there exploring,
Yes.
trying new things.
Yes.
I did that when I was in high school. I did that in my rebellious phase, 13, 14, 15. So now I've already done all those things, the drinking, the clubbing, the everything. So right now I'm career oriented, I'm goal oriented.
You're focused.
Exactly, I'm focused.
So you're to tell me when you're 13, when you're 14, you're already drinking and doing drugs and stuff like that?
Not drugs.
doing women as well?
Let's hold there.
Were you
I was
doing
not
girls as
that
well?
experimental.
Okay, okay.
But I
But you were
was
clubbing though?
yes, I was experimenting a lot. I was curious about very many things, and part and parcel, I'd say my mom was there to tell me, don't do this too much, do this kidogo, because my mom is also
So when you're a rebel, your mom is like, Uzi, don't do this too much. Don't do. She's still talking to you. You still have a relationship.
Yes,
That's crazy.
she understood the
Whoa.
fact that this is an experimental phase.
'Cause my mother
I had
wouldn't.
I had a very understanding mother, and a mother who liberal, I'd say. I had a very liberal
true,
mother who understood these things. She would not the drinking. She was like, kunywa. Because I also drink, so why would I tell my child
Yeah.
not to drink? Why should that hypocrisy that I see African parents having?
But you were
I
a teen-
never had that with my mom.
You were a teenager.
That's
You were like
what
10.
I'm saying. She understood that
Okay.
it was a phase in life
Okay.
that would pass.
Yeah.
And right now we usually sit back and just laugh about
I
it,
know.
and we are like, damn. Na ulikuwa kichwa ngumu, by the way. So I was glad. I'm very glad that I went through that then. Yeah.
So at what point did you change your life? At what point did you say, you know, I'm done with this madness.
Yeah.
I need to focus. How old were you at that point?
It was after COVID. After COVID,
This
I
is
had
2021?
2021 now.
2021.
Coming into 2021, I just sat down and I was like, I've wasted 2 years. My education was halted. I was not growing as a person. I was not maturing as a person. And I put my foot down one day and I said, I want to go back to school. I want to become this person. I want this for my career. And again, my mom was ready to help me through it. So I went back to school. I was doing everything. I was a school president. I was doing all the activities.
All of a sudden?
Yes. So it was I think it was just that click moment of by the life needs to move. Exactly. So when I had that, I went to school and I was just marvelous. In school, I was phenomenal.
Which school are we talking about here?
I went to Lukanya International.
Okay, so you are a rich kid.
Oh,
Are you a rich kid though?
you were waiting for that
Yeah, I
moment.
just don't understand. Are you a rich kid? Like, how did
No.
you? Okay, you must be though. Why are you lying to me?
I usually say we are comfortable.
Okay.
Because
I know what that means in the
if I had
African,
two
in the
parents,
Kenyan context, I know what that means.
if I had
so.
two parents
Okay.
earning $1 million each, I'd say I'm
Come
rich.
on.
But I had one parent.
In Kenya. Okay, tell me about that.
My mom really struggled to pay my fees, and that is because Lukanya was my dream high school, and she understood that if I don't take this kid here,
Yeah.
he will not study anywhere else.
I can imagine.
Yes, so it was a struggle even to pay my fees then, especially now with my sister growing up. But she figured it out. And I remember she was working 2 jobs. She was taking on consultancies to make sure that I'm in
Keep this
school.
boy in school.
Yes, and I went to Lukanya. I thrived in Lukanya educationally. And
Socially.
yes, socially, extracurricular. I thrived. I didn't even believe the child that I became when I went into Lukanya. And it nurtured me. It nurtured me in very many ways. I explored very many careers, opportunities, activities that molded me to understand who I want to be. Yeah.
A lot has happened in your life within such a short period of time. What would you say spurred that? What is the reason for that? Because a lot of 20-year-olds haven't done nothing amazing. I mean, at 20, they haven't done nothing amazing. You've done all these great things. You're a president of a particular Rotarian thing, right?
Yes, Rotary.
Rotarian thing, right?
Yes.
You're the chairman of
DMA. Yes, DMA.
How do we get there at 20? That is too fast.
So when I cleared my IGCSEs back in...
See? Rich kid, go ahead.
And I cleared my IGCSEs back in 2022. I had a gap year between IGCSEs and A-levels because Lukanya offered me a scholarship to come back and do my A-levels. It was then they were building their A-level institution. So I had 8 months home. 2023. Yes. I had 8 months home where I was not in school. I was waiting to go to school. So I used those 8 months to explore again. Then back in Corona, I was exploring in a bad way, but then now I was exploring in a more mature and aware way. So I explored content. I explored the digital landscape. I learned. I'm a very good researcher. When I sit down and I'm researching something, I need to understand it. So I researched about it. YouTube was the best teacher. I watched YouTube videos. I learned from other creators. I watched people in the media and marketing space. And I learned. I understood how this space functions, how things move, the psychology of all this. I understood it. And even when I was going back to A-levels in September of 2023, I already had my mind set to a particular thing. I hadn't yet figured out what, but I was very particular that I want to be in the digital and media space. So I worked towards that. I reached out to people on LinkedIn. I reached out to people on Insta to understand, to learn from them. I'm like, hi, could you tell me this? What's this happening? And then I was always eager to go to networking events. I would always reach out to brands, tell, do you have this event that's coming up? I want to come, see, learn, talk to people. I'm very big in networking and I advise people to network. So I'd say in the last 2 years, 2024 and now this 2025, I have grown because of my networks. My ability to build and start Dalmas Creations at 20 years. Not anyone starts a marketing company at 20. It was because I was in spaces with other CEOs. I was in spaces with other directors and partners and founders who were able to tell me, start. There's nothing that's stopping you from starting. You know, in DMA, I had an amazing lady called Maureen Were from Ogilvy who met me once and she just loved me. I was the first guest in WPP's podcast that was being hosted by their former CEO, Patricia Ithao, Decoding Gen Z. And she met me that one day and she just loved me. She loved what I had to say.
I like that. Yes.
So in these small things, they were all strategic positioning to me becoming the person I am right now. Every small thing that I took up, because out of being interviewed by Patricia Ithao, I was seen by Lingugi. From Lingugi, I was seen by a magazine. I was seen by this. So it was all strategic placements that I was like, I'm not being paid to be here, but let me go. It would always turn into something else. Someone will see it, someone will love me. It will build my brand, and it has.
Let's talk about Dalmas Creations.
Yes.
What is that all about? When did you found the company, and what have you achieved with it so far?
So being in the content creation space, I realized I was facing one major issue with brands and agencies where it was information, the lack of information. I felt like there was a lot of gatekeeping. There was a lot of, I'm the influencer. The agency is between I and the brand, so I don't get the full information, and I really disliked that fact. And I was in talking to other influencers and content creators, they also disliked that fact. So I decided I want to be the bridge of this. I don't want to be the agency that keeps information from people. I want to be a transparent team that shares information. So at that particular point, I was not thinking marketing agency wise, I was not thinking company wise, I was just thinking individually. I wanted to be a consultant. So I started consulting for brands, for agencies, and I used to consult for influencers, trying to help them get gigs, and being very transparent, whether it is in money, in budget, in the campaigns, in the information. I was being very transparent in it, because one thing I said, I don't want to be on one side of the table. I want to be on both sides of the table. Yes. So in growing and doing the consultancies and speaking to now founders and other CEOs of marketing companies and brands, they were like, just start your own agency. Like at this particular point, you have the networks, you have the information. And I contemplated it 1-2 times until one day I woke up and I was like, registering a company is 10,000. And I registered and I started. And immediately in starting, I grew faster and bigger than I was as a consultant, because now more clients, I became more credible to clients as a company than as an individual. Yes.
So how old is the company, and what are the milestones? Maybe what have you achieved so far?
The company is less than 1 year, actually. The company was incorporated on 9th April 2025. And the same clients that I had as a creator and as a consultant are the same clients that I carried over into the company. So now they were now not just signing me as a consultant, but then signing me as a whole company. Milestones, we signed our 7th client, big abroad international client, recently in November. We've signed multiple influencers for management, and I am very excited that for next year, I would like to submit my company for an award for the stuff that we've done. So yeah, we are growing slowly, but I'm proud of the team that I've built, and I'm proud of the work that we do.
Do you feel like the agency world welcomed you with open arms? Were they scared of you? Were they trying to shun you or something?
I would say...
Were you welcome?
Was I welcomed in the agency world? I'd say with people, yes. With companies, not so much, because competition is stiff. Especially in Kenya. I'd say the agency world in Kenya was not so welcoming. The agency world abroad was, because I have partnered with agencies abroad, but it's been difficult to find collaborative agencies in Kenya. It's very competitive. But I have been welcomed by people in the agency world where they are saying, I'll give you this client, because they're like, why not? I've seen you grow. Rather than us getting it and we have a lot of clients, I might as well push it over to you and vouch to you. So I have people in agency world where they are saying, I won't take the client. They were coming to us, but let me vouch for you. And that's how I've gotten some of the clients that I have.
Makes sense. Let's talk about you being the president of Rotary.
Yes.
What is that about? I want you to just break this down for the average person viewing this.
Now, in a layman's language,
yes,
Rotary is a charity organization. It's an organization that sets out, so Rotary was founded for one main purpose, which was to end polio. But then in the years, it's grown bigger than that. We have Rotary clubs that tackle food, poverty, children with education, health, blood donation. So it grew bigger than the main cause of it, of which is a good thing. So at the end of the day, Rotary tackles charity stuffs, even in planting of trees. That's what my club does. Yes. So I joined Rotary back in 2023 when I was in A-levels. I founded a smaller version called Interact, and I was the founding president. I was called the charter president. That was the Interact Club of Lukenya when I was still in Lukenya for A-levels. Then after finishing A-levels, I was invited to serve as the vice president of the Rotary Club of Athikapiti. So my mentor in Rotary was founding her own club, and she invited me to serve as her vice president. Yes, Rotary has served exponentially in my growth because of its values. Even besides charity, that those values that Rotary molds you with in service as you're serving people. And you know, being in a space where I'm the boss, you come to Rotary where you're serving other people, it's very humbling, and it brings you back to the mundane stuff about life. Yeah, so I that's Rotary.
Let's go back to now the content creation.
Yes.
I've seen a couple of your videos even before I knew you. Like, I know you right now. I'm just scrolling up and I'm like, oh, I know this guy because I could see on my FYP,
FYP,
page,
yes.
right? Yeah. So let's talk about your creations. When you wake up in the morning, you know, tell us your routines.
My day in
this
the
is what I
life
do.
stuff.
You inspire us in the morning.
Yes.
Where does that come from? Where does the juices to create for you come from? How would you describe your creations, for instance? You're not a dancer, you're an motivational person, and you also tell us about your day. What inspires you to tell us those stories, for instance?
So my content is a juice of very many things. I think one thing that I said when I was doing content, I didn't want to be boxed as a food creator, a dancer.
Yes,
No, I wanted to be very versatile in my craft.
And diverse.
Yes, and diverse. And that gives me the ability to express all aspects of my personality. So when we're looking at the type of content that I do, when we're looking at a day in the life, it gets me to express the point of view of my life from my own perspective and not other people. When I'm looking at the motivational videos that I do, I've always wanted to be a key voice for young people as we are growing. And not be that person who waited until he's 50 to start talking to younger people. No, I wanted to, the videos that I make, and I usually say this, as I'm telling my words of advice, I'm also receiving it to myself because I'm young and I'm still growing. So I've always wanted to grow with my people, to grow with my audience. And that the ability to do that is what I think also helps my content stand the test of time because I'm talking to my peers and we are learning together. The ability to do that is what I've always wanted to do. And I say, even when someone shoots me a text, oh, your video today was inspiring, I was able to apply for this job, I was able to go for this interview, I was able to reach out to this person. It touches my heart because I mean, like, I was able to inspire someone to take that one step.
Even one person.
Exactly, just one person to take that one step to what they've always wanted to do. Yeah, so that's my content. I've always wanted it to be an inspirational thing. Yes.
How challenging was it to put out, which is the first video that you put out and it actually went crazy?
Viral.
Viral.
So I've had a couple
and before that, how challenging was it to put your message out there as an unknown person?
Yes. One thing I do know about myself is I've never been shy, ever.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, I can tell.
My confidence is inborn.
Yes.
I get it from my mom. I've never been shy. So the aspect of being shy on the camera, that has never been me. For me, it has always been finding where my people are, finding where people accept me and people want to hear what I have to say. So I've always been the person who's always trying. I've never felt like my content won't do well or it will flop. I've always gone into content with the mentality of knowing it's gonna do well. My time to peak is gonna peak. Yeah, so I've had several videos go viral this year actually. But if there's that one video that I know went viral this year was when I just did a simple day in the life. And I incorporated everything I was doing in that day from when I was waking up, I was working, and then I went to Rotary. Yes, it hit 1 million views on Instagram, and I was like, wow, okay. So that's the video that went viral, that very many brands even reach out with, very many people reach out with. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how has that journey worked out for you? Is it working out for you? Have you seen any fruits of that content creation journey so far so good?
Yes.
Okay.
Incredibly, everything that I am right now has come out of content. Me putting myself out there, starting the company, DMA, even the plans that I have for next year, even going to Ghana recently, everything I'd say has been through the fruits of doing content. Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about Ghana. Where were you there? What happened there? What did you achieve there?
So I was flown out to Ghana by the United Nations. I had 2 roles in the conference. One, I was the International Youth Program Coordinator. The conference was ICASA, International Conference of AIDS and STIs in Africa. This is a conference that happens every 2 years. After the International AIDS Society Conference, where each region, now Africa in this sense, comes and speaks about how these things affect them and what policies are they forming and what systems are they building to tackle AIDS, STIs, TB, malaria, etc. So I was flown out to be the youth coordinator of the program because the youth had their own pre-conference and had their own smaller sessions. So that was my main role. And then being in Ghana, it ended up becoming bigger than that, because now the recognition of people knowing me in the digital space, I ended up speaking about how the digital space can be used for resource mobilization, advocacy, and message amplification of certain organizations. So it ended up becoming bigger than what I intended. Yes. So I achieved a lot in Ghana, and I thank God for attending. I was approached by several delegates, diplomats, and other director generals and executive directors of organizations, where they want me to come into their organizations and do projects with them and implement certain policies and with youths and bring together what vision they have and incorporation of youths in policies and message amplifications. So I went to Ghana to do a small role, and I came out of Ghana with more than 5 roles waiting for me in 2026.
Wow.
So I'd say Ghana has been my biggest achievement of this year.
The highlight of
yes,
the year,
that's been my highlight of this year,
much,
because I kick off next year with a huge conference in Eswatini. I have several other things that are waiting for me with this team in the pipeline, and I'm so grateful for
and
it.
we'll definitely talk about the RMS thing that we are almost talking about right now.
Yes.
So, well, you are in Ghana and all that. You have seen creators in this country and other countries as well
Yes.
align themselves with brands, with countries, with causes that are controversial.
True.
How do you draw the line in who you work with, in who you collaborate with, vis-a-vis what the public is saying, what the controversy is out there? I mean, you've seen people go to Israel, to promote the Israel image, and you know what I mean, right?
Yes, I remember.
So how do you juggle that? There's money involved sometimes. There's exposure involved.
There's exposure.
How
there's
does
money.
Shawn go about that?
I remember I said this in a previous interview with Lynn, and I said one thing that I stand by till date, and very many people say I speak from a point of privilege, but at the end of the day, it is the truth. Money is not everything. You cannot trade your social currency for money. If you're in the digital space, your social currency is everything that you have.
Paramount.
Your public appearance is literally everything you have to build on who you want to be. So I take a trip to Israel, I'm paid whatever amount of money, I come back. Pesa itaisha, let's take note. But the public will not forget what I did. The brands that don't support Israel will not forget what I did.
No, let's not just focus on Israel, just in general, just make it general.
So when I'm looking at how I position myself with brands and any opportunity that comes my way, I've turned down so many of them. I've taken so many of them. I've grown with so many of them. So I look at the longevity of it, the longevity of my brand, not them, not them. It is my brand. What am I trying to build? What am I going to sit down 30 years from now and say?
Because your brand is on the line.
Yes, my brand is on the line. One small thing, and cancel culture is real. So when I'm looking at the longevity of my brand, I am looking at what serves it, not what serves the people who are coming. So sometimes it's not worth it. Most of the time, actually, it is not worth it. You'd rather take a brand that, one, stands with your values, because I always have to look within. Does it stand for who I am? Does it stand for what I preach for? Does it stand for what I tell my younger people to look up to?
What your followers believe in as
exactly.
well.
Even bring it closer to home. Is it the same thing I tell my younger sister to do? So if it's not, it's out. There's no negotiation there. No matter amount the money it is, there's no negotiation there.
We've seen young people like you at Majenzi Wengi, they're rappers, they're creators, especially rappers. And, creators invited to State House, invited to do stuff for the president, for the government. And people on Twitter say, no. We said Kasongo must go, Kasongo must go. Why are you here? You are a Gen Z. This man, the government killed young people and all that. Would you work with the Kenyan government today? Would you work with the Kenyan government today? I mean, people are saying the government killed so many of our young children over the last 2 years. And then we see some young people go to State House to perform next to the president, and there's so much backlash. Would Shawn go to State House and collaborate with the president or with the presidential agencies right now? I know it's a tough question.
Yes, it is a tough question. And it's what I call I usually like to call it collaborative future, in the sense of we keep on saying there's a problem in the government, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem. What are we doing to fix it? We will always be the people.
They want it. They want the government to go.
Exactly.
They
Go. Then what?
Go.
That's my question. They go.
Go.
Then what? Have we ever sat down and looked at what is going to happen after they leave? Do we have systems in place? Do we have measures in place? We are always there shouting, they go, they go, they go. But are we coming with solutions? That is usually my question. When
I feel like the Gen Z wants you to go first, then we can figure out what next after you go.
That's not how systems
It has
work.
happened in other countries before, all over the world. It has.
So
in
they
Sri
leave
Lanka,
then?
in Bangladesh, in Nepal, it happened. You know, in so many other countries that I can mention right now. You go first, Dalmas go, then they figure it out. You know. So would you collaborate with the government in place, even after all the sentiment all over the country about the government being anti-Gen Z, killing Gen Z, spilling our blood?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
I don't know. I don't want to put you in a box.
No.
I don't know. I don't want to put you in a box, bro. Like, just.
If we're talking about working with the person in charge, I'm not working with him.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, he's gonna leave, right? He's gonna leave office. Then what happens to my brand?
Which is what you were saying earlier.
Exactly, which is what I was saying earlier. At the end of the day, it is a matter of the longevity of my brand, what I stand for. We can collaborate with other governmental agencies that are doing other things that outside what he stands for. You can work with the Ministry of Health to push agenda for sexual health and reproductive systems.
Or tourism.
Exactly, or tourism. You can work with other systems that, you can work with the finance department to champion for less taxes, how to file taxes. You can work with them, but working with the person in charge, knowing what he stands for, is where we draw the line.
Interesting.
Yes.
Before we talk about your collaboration with RMS, which is now what is next, what is your take on cancel culture? If you do something that I do not approve of, should I just say, should I just unsubscribe for your YouTube channel? Should I just keep following you for the next thing you're going to do? What do you think of cancel culture? Should it be there or not there?
I don't advocate for cancel culture. And one key thing I say that is because it is literally written in the Bible.
It
Where
is?
not cancel culture,
Okay.
but what I'm about to say
Okay.
of don't look at the dirt in your eye, of your brother's eye, before you look at your own. We are not perfect. No one is perfect. Just because I'm on social media, that doesn't give you the ammunition to cancel me. There are things that you've done wrong in your personal life, but no one is judging you for it. But for some reason, the public has this idea that just because I'm on social media, you have
Just
a right.
you are an influencer.
Yes,
with
you are
numbers.
an influencer. Yes, I understand. I have a mandate to uphold a certain image. I have
A responsibility.
yes, a responsibility to
Yes.
my audience. But at the same time, let's look at it. Is it a repeated thing? Is it a once-off thing? There are very many things to be put into consideration. Even when we are looking at the team that went to Israel, I didn't unfollow any one of them. There are people that I knew, but that is one slipper. But are we going to judge people for their entire brand just because they made one mistake? So I don't advocate for cancel culture. I definitely don't. And not just because I'm on social media, but because I have seen people it being done to, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
You feel like it's just not fair.
Yes, it's just not fair because you in your personal life, you make mistakes. Why aren't we now, let's bring the whole world to you and then we start judging you for that one small mistake that you did. Let's put things on a scale and actually look at it. It's not fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, you are going to be joining the RMS brand, Rural Media Services brand, with a podcast in a collaborative sort of way.
Yes.
Where we will be hosting all of your podcasts. I don't know.
Yes.
How is this working? Maybe you can tell us how is this working and
so
how did you even get here?
I will be launching a podcast next year called Inspire with Shawn Dalmas. This is a podcast I've wanted to do for the last 2 years. The reason why it's taken 2 years to build is because I'm someone who likes from starting Dalmas Creations. I noted one thing about building a brand and building companies, etc. You need to have systems in place. You need to have structures in place. You need to have pieces in place. They might be all over, but you need to know this is this is this, and this is how they'll come together. So Inspire with Shawn Dalmas took a while for one thing, and I wanted my own brand to grow. I wanted Shawn Dalmas to be a brand before I involve other brands that surround it. So Inspire with Shawn Dalmas is supposed to be an inspirational podcast. Now I'm taking what I do and bringing it to the people with other people. So people have seen me build, people have had me give advice to them, but can we now have people who've made it in their fields come and share advice in the most easiest way that any human being can understand? Their failures, their successes, their slip-ups, their challenges, their advice. Let's hear what they did to get where they are. That's Inspire with Shawn Dalmas. I bring guests and we actually dive deep into the challenges they went through, the failures they had, the stupid things they did, you know, how they got where they are. That's Inspire with Shawn Dalmas. Yes.
And for how long is this going to be airing on RMS? It's like a long-term thing?
Yes, I am hoping for it to be a long-term thing with my audience and your platforms. I believe the Inspire podcast has a potential to grow way bigger and way faster and touch more people, because that's the aim. I didn't want it to be just for people on social media. I wanted it to be for people. Adi mtu mwenye ako mashinani mwenye anafikiria, by the way, I need to get out of here. I need them to get that information because life is way bigger out here.
Who is the most inspirational figure in your life, dead or alive?
One person?
Could be two, could be three.
Okay. The most inspirational person in my life at the moment, two. Okay. And they're both ladies. One is my mom. She didn't finish high school. Her parents died at a young age, but she figured it out. I am a living testimony of someone who worked through everything to give me the best life that there is to give. And that's my every day I wake up and I'm a little bit lazy. I'm like, you are not in the same situation she was in. You're in a better situation, so you have no excuse to not make it. And the other person is a phenomenal lady known as Emma Grade. She's the CEO of Good American, which is a fashion brand by Khloe Kardashian, and Skims, which is a fashion brand by Kim Kardashian. She's the CEO of actually in total 4 companies. And I just watch her and hear what she has to say and how she's always building and the advice she shares and what she's done over the years. And I look at that and I'm like, that's me. Someone who wanted it all and she got it all. And that's what I want for myself. I am dearly someone who I want it all. People tell me, you can't have it all, you need to give up this, you need to give up this. I'm like, no.
You actually can't have it all.
I know people who have gotten it all and I want it all. I want the life, I want the family, I want the house, I want the career, I want it all.
You want the car.
Yeah.
And a beautiful family, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about DMV as we close now. DMA.
Yes,
not DMV.
Digital Media Awards.
Digital Media Awards.
Yes.
What is that about? How old is it? And what are the objectives for that whole thing?
So
you just had a gala the other day.
Yes, we had the awards gala on Thursday. So Digital Media Awards turned 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, it's been around
9, so they're turning 10 next year.
Okay.
Yes, so it's about to turn 10. And I was invited to the Digital Media Awards by 2 ladies by the name Maureen Were and Rita Mudhoni. Nora Mudhoni, sorry. And the Digital Media Awards is a conglomerate of people who come together to award the best work, creativity, mindset of people in the digital landscape, be it in brands, be it in agencies, be it in the creative spaces.
Marketing.
Yes, marketing. That's what they set out to do. And we had the awards gala recently, and I saw how proud people were to take their awards, because it's a recognition of what you've done for 1 year, the passion that you've poured into it, people in agencies and brands, I can tell you for a fact, being now in the system, you work odd hours up to 2 a.m. trying to get pitches to a client, proposals. I have a proposal to send tomorrow and I have a deadline. So I know the hard work that it goes into it, and seeing people receive their awards yesterday was...
That was yesterday?
Sorry.
Thursday
last week. It was phenomenal. It was profoundly phenomenal to see how people were so proud. Some people were crying because they put in so much hard work into it, and getting recognized for it, they're like, we did a good job. You know, so it's different when you're patching yourself on the back and a whole team tells you did a great job.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tell me one creator or two creators in Kenya who you're currently looking at, currently getting inspired by, following, watching, and cheering on every single day.
So ever since I started content in Kenya, I have two creators that I look up to. One is Eli Mwenda. I love the brand that he's built around himself. It's phenomenal, and I tell him that countless number of times. And secondly is Joy Candy. Joy Candy has been... At
least I know Joy Candy. I don't know who Eli Mwenda is. I don't know who that is.
Joy Candy is...
She's been there for quite a while, though. Like almost 20 years.
She's been in this industry for a very long time.
Very long time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I love what she does. I just love her authenticity, who she is. I was so happy when she was announced as the brand ambassador for Vaseline in East Africa. I was so happy for her, because I have seen how she's rallied her brand, and for me it made sense, both as a creator and as someone in the marketing space. I was like, this makes sense. There are those brand ambassadors that are chosen and you're like, but for Joy Candy, I was like, wow, yes.
This is amazing.
Yes, those are two creators that I look at.
As we lock down, tell me a hero, tell me your personal hero, dead or alive, again, that you'd love to have dinner with, go out for dinner with. Bob Marley for me.
Wow.
Anytime. Bob Marley for me. That's
really
my all-time hero, actually. For me, I think he's the greatest man who ever lived. Bob Marley for me. So who is the man, dead or alive, you'd love to have dinner with and just pick their brain, listen to them, and just enjoy a night with them?
Barack Obama.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd love
a little cliche, but go ahead.
I'd love to have dinner with Barack Obama because of two things. One, because I do want to be the 10th president of Kenya.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
And two...
wait, 10th okay.
Yes, 10th. I have some years.
Yeah, you have some years, yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
I was trying to do the math. Okay.
And two, it's because he was the president of one of the most, quote unquote, supposedly the most racist countries in the world. And
I think it's the most racist, actually.
That's why I said supposedly.
Yeah.
But he was there for 2 terms. He stood there for 2 terms, and he made America one of the most greatest countries. His tenure was one of the best tenures, and even Americans themselves say it till date.
True.
So I would love to have dinner with him, because all odds were stacked against him,
and he still emerged.
And I feel like that would be me when I would be running for presidency, and that's why I would like to have dinner with him. You
have my vote. Right? In the next 10 years, hope I'll be alive.
Thank you.
So I want you to look at the camera. This is your camera. What are you going to tell your fans? Just something nice, something beautiful, something inspirational, something motivational to your fans directly.
I'll actually say what I told people today morning, where I said there's always an empty seat in every room, every bus, every plane, because there's always that one person who was too afraid not to take the seat. What will differentiate you between you and that person is your audacity to take that space. The worst feeling in life is not missing an opportunity, is watching someone else take the opportunity that would have been yours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's profound. I love that. You've inspired me. I love it. I actually do.
Yes.
I love talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and all the best in new collaborations.
Thank you very much. I cannot wait to start.
See you at the top. No, Utanipatia CeraVe, right? Did you talk about that? Did you talk about that? You want to tell us something?
Yeah, I've been a long-standing content creator for CeraVe, and very many people think that I'm the Kenyan brand ambassador, but it's not like an official thing. It's not the brand itself did not publicize it, but the audience usually say, "Ule brand ambassador was CeraVe," and that is because, again, I have built my loyal brand with CeraVe and a loyal partnership with CeraVe, and I'm a living testimony of their product.
You do look like you are living testimony of their product, so I want some, right?
Are
my girls getting some as well?
We'll
figure it out.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that was Shawn Dalmas, from his own mouth, from his own brain, from his own inspiration, from his own heart. Once again, this is Citizen Digital. My name is Kabuga. See you next time.